your boy's feeling a little bit better today. Oh man, if you watched that previous video on the YouTube channel, you'll probably realize that, but last video over here, your boy Extreme Fully Fishing, I was half dead, half alive, you know? This cough, this flu, cold, COVID, whatever that I got, no joke. But the good news is that, man, I've eaten good, I've drunk good, I've been on my medicine. So this for me is day 3 here in Nicaragua, right? Come on here, come on here. This is the area that we're going to be fishing today. This little juicy cove right over here that is shallow, but man, this is where we caught 2 videos ago here on the channel all those really cool species, like that chameleon wrasse, you feel me? Only one that I caught the entire trip so far, or that Mexican hogfish, right, that had some amazing purple colors on it. So my original plan wasn't actually to fish over here. 2 videos ago I fished a little bit to the right side in the rocky formations. I really wanted to go to that point that you folks see over here, all the way at the back behind me. You see that point right over there, right? But the thing is, high tide today is 11 a.m. and right now is about 8:30 a.m., right? If you take a look at the path to go to that point, right, we'll have to walk through over here, over there. Beachy area is fine, right? But then there's like a big rock right over there, all the way to the point. That's the juicy spot. Right around that area, oh boy. You know, during high tide and when the water level is so high, maybe we wouldn't be able to come back, you know? So I'm gonna save that for 4 or 5 days from now in the morning, because every day the tide gets pushed by 1 hour, right? So high tide today is 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. By the time the high tide is 3, guess what? The low tide is going to be at 9, which is perfect for us. But anyways, yeah, so today we're gonna stick to the cove over here. Boy, oh boy, take it easy. You see, this is exactly what I am talking right over here. Had to get my backpack, right? We're gonna stick to the little cove area over here, soak some bait for some more Nicaragua lifers. Without a shadow of a doubt, I am going to be soaking bait over here today. But since the tide is still going from low to high, I am going to use this opportunity to come to the front over here while the waves are not so hard, and I'm going to cast first an inline spinner and my trusted EPF swim. I mean, these are the lures, right, that I caught my Mexican hogfish on right around this area. So I want, you know, to explore it a little bit further. You never know, right? We may just catch something real cool. I kind of want to give a few casts over there, but that area does look sketchy, bro. Have to be very careful over here. Yeah, but that area looks good though, right? Water kind of comes out. Oh, look at that. I knew it. For smaller species in particular, right behind that rock formation. But what we got here? Oh, wow. Whoa, 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 easy. What is this? It's a little hogfish of some type. That's a lifer right here on the inline spinner. Oh, yeah, bro. I know that this can grow to humongous sizes over here. I've seen photos online. But hey, big or small, it's a lifer. 120%. We've got some sick patterns on this fella right over here. Say whatever you want, but look at the patterns on this fish. Oh, it's full of energy here inside the little photo bucket, but man, will you look at that? Look at the yo, this is some crazy patterns, y'all. I think this is called a giant hogfish. So we've caught like the smallest, look at that tail, man. We've caught like the smallest giant hogfish ever in Nicaragua. But I tell you all what, man, before the end of this trip, okay, I can vouch, I can almost vouch, we are going to catch its great granddaddy, okay? Especially when we go to that point over there that I told you folks a few days later. But man, look at that. I'm a life lister. I'm not picky, you know. We will catch the bigger one, have a better photo for our, you know, lifer list. But the fact that we added this one today, pure bliss. Just for you guys to have an idea, and that's why I always emphasize safety first. I caught that rockfish casting from over there, right? You see that right over there? You see that right over there? Because the tide is rising, you have to be very, very careful. The little time that it took me to shoot the footage over there with the rock, hawkfish, take the photos and release it, 10 minutes or so, give it or take. Look at that, the waves are already hitting right over here, which means that for me to stand over there, I am not saying it is a no-go. I could do it, but with the tide rising instead of going down, right? So low to high instead of high to low, extremely, extremely dangerous. You feel the water beach around this level, right? And you're still okay. You're still holding bottom, but the tide is rising, so the waves are getting stronger. If there's one wave that hits your knee right around that area, that's it. You are getting washed. You are getting washed back here, you know. And just remember, the tide is getting higher, right? The pull out of here is so strong. Let me tell you, even if you're a good swimmer, it is just dangerous, okay? So I always emphasize on this channel, and this is real talk right now, always safety first, okay? Whatever you see me doing in these videos, believe me, your boy Extreme Fillet Fishing, I've taken things into consideration. I'm gonna cast lures for a little bit more, and when I feel like the tide is no good anymore for the lures, right, I'm gonna switch and soak bait right around the cove here. Well, ahí está. It's all the way down to the bottom. Oh, there we go. EPF minnow, 1.3 inches, EPF minnow. Wow, you are not going to believe this. It is the mystery species that we caught yesterday in the previous YouTube video. They called this the Pacific Butta Hamlet. Look at that, huh? That's beautiful. I thought it was rare, but now that I caught one on the 1.3 inches EPF minnow, I am not so sure. Okay, I now realize that I may have given you folks the wrong name for this species. I mean, come on, right? So many out here, it's hard to memorize everything. They actually call this the Pacific Mouthon Hamlet, okay? Look at that. Boom, caught on the 1.3 inches EPF swim, man. I'm using a, what is this, a 332 ounce right over here. I don't know if you folks know about this or not, but on my SmugMug fish photo database, right, I actually keep folders of all the different species that I've caught on my signature baits before, like the EPF swim, the EPF grub, and the EPF minnow, right? So this one is another species. Oh, there's a little bit of sun over there. Look at that, huh? So that's another species to the collection right over here. Not a lifer, but a beautiful fish. I have two divers over here. Yeah, two divers. Okay. Oh, was that a hit? Oh, there's a fish. That's a fish. Oh, that's a little bit bigger too. It's pulling. Oh, no. Don't go in the hole, bro. Don't go in the hole. Oh, it's a carunks. Ooh, dude, I don't think I have this carunks yet. On the EPF minnow. I think this is the Pacific version of the carunks hippos. You know how we have the creval jack in the East Coast Atlantic? This is kind of like the creval jack. Oh yes, You see all the yellow over here. I think this is different than the big eye that we caught yesterday. Photo bucket for some photos. You know, this little fella over here is one of the more complex ones, because when I do my life listing, I follow the fishbase.org template, right? And Fisherbase recognizes some species and doesn't recognize other species. So there are a few sources out there who actually recognize that there is an Atlantic the Caranx hippos, right, which is the Atlantic creval jack. And the same sources, they kind of say, okay, there's a Pacific one, which they call the Caranx caninus, which would be this one right over here. But I am not entirely sure if Fishbase recognizes this as a separate species or not, right? That giveaway for the species is the overall yellow color, the black right over here at the pectoral fin, and a little black over here on the operculum. So I'm going to release this guy soon, but I'm just letting you folks know, even if it is not a life nowadays, if Fishbase recognizes it in the future, I'm going to follow the template, and this is going to become an armchair lifer. This is pretty much how it goes. I've been using lures, haven't even soaked bait yet. It's 9:30 in the morning. I still got 2 hours to fish, got 2 lifers and 1 potential one. So the day is going real good for me. The locals actually call this fish over here, you folks probably realized in the last video, the piñolero, right? So I'm going to release this guy over here real quick. And my camera fell over here due to the wind. Due to the wind, but hey, that's all right. We will continue fishing anyways. If you didn't watch this YouTube channel, would you actually believe that we caught something like that on my ultralight EPF rod with solid tip? I bet it would be a little bit harder to believe, huh? But yeah, boy, you know, we out here slaying, man, on the ultralight grouper. On the ultralight. So the Nicas, meaning the people from Nicaragua, okay, with a C, okay, the Nicas, they call this fish tigre. Oh man, look at that, right? And it is called the tigre because, as you can see, right, it has these stripes on its body, because tigre in Spanish means tiger, okay? So it is a very aggressive type of grouper, man. It fights really well. You folks saw it in the previous video here on the YouTube channel, right? But we already got that species. So I'm going to switch it up now. I've been casting lures for a little while. For the next 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, I think I am going to cast some bait over here. Get whatever we can get for bait over here. Put it on the rock. Crush it with a rock, right? Put it on the hook and just cast it out there. There was a little puffa earlier today that I ate my bait too. Maybe we will be able to catch it, I don't know. But the potential for lifers today before the end of this video, oh yeah, it is still very high. Yeah, a little bit over here. Ah, yes. Bro, fairly deep, okay? Like 8 feet of water maybe. Dang, man, not that shallow at all. I got 2 hooks on. Oh, got a bite already. All the way out there. It's on. Oh, it's on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Got a double rig over here with pieces of snail. Gotta tire this fish. Make sure it doesn't go into the rock. 5 pound sunline, you know, fluorocarbon, so that you can tank them. Don't go into the rock. Don't go into the rock. Wait until the next wave comes up here. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Whatever this is, man, I don't have it yet. So that's a lifer. That's a lifer 100%. Side of the mouth right over here. Oh no, dude, it broke. Oh, I better get it with my hand. But rods are so slippery, dude. They hurt you real bad, so you really gotta be careful. Oh yeah, that's a lifer, right? Oh, you see that? It's a lifer right here. If we can only make it to the bucket, maybe I don't need to hold it too tight. As far as we can make it to the bucket, we good. Have to leave all my equipment back here so it doesn't get, you know. Man, that's a big wrasse. I'll tell you that. No joke, but that's a lifer 100%. Cut my line. Oh, that's 100% a lifer. Dang. Dude, that is a massive, aggressive wrasse right over here. If I have ever seen one. I've traveled to different parts of the world already, man, and the biggest wrasse that I've ever seen, I may have mentioned this in the first video of the series, right? It was the CHORES that I caught in Hawaii. Two of them, the African CHORES, and the other one was the yellow striped CHORES. They were both very beautiful, you know. It is not exactly like the same wrasse that you catch down in Florida, like the slippery dick, the Halicoides bivitatus, that is kind of like on the smaller side, right? This one over here came from the lagoon over here, the cove, from 15 feet of water. And as you will see, the mouth of the wrasse is very, very tiny, which is why when I life list in different countries all around the world, I like to use the smaller hooks, you know. Today I'm using size 18 mustad hooks, right? Because there are a lot of potential lifers that can get pretty decent in size, but the mouth is just very, very tiny. Anyways, I think this is called a spinster wrasse. I am not 100% sure. I will give you folks here a final view of this fish. By the time this video is fully uploaded on YouTube though, I will have you know, a better idea to give it to you folks. Super aggressive fish, man. Put up the fight. Oh, look at that, man. And you have to be very careful with wrasse because they got spines everywhere. They got teeth, so you know you don't want to mess with them too much. They can hurt you pretty bad. All right, final view over here. If I can finally get a handle on this guy. Look at that, huh? Beautiful. Super is slippery. It's spinster wrasse. It's got pink on its cheek over here. I'm gonna take it right over here because I don't want it to fall. I don't want it to fall outside of the bucket. And then I'm gonna release it for you guys on this side right over here. But boy, this is a beautiful sample. 100% a lifer for me. Second lifer of this video. Third, if you count the armchair lifer, right? Pacific Creval Jack is spinster wrasse. Love the pink on its face too. Phenomenal fish. Wow. Okay, this is what we come out here, travel all this way for life listing for, huh? Let me show you folks what I've been doing here, you know, to catch this fish, right? So this right here is one of the little sea snails that I just picked up on the rocks over here. I didn't really buy any bait for the strip, so I just go out here, I get the sea snail, one tiny rock that you find anywhere. That's it. You just break them into that, okay? One tiny rock. This is the part of the meat this part of the meat at the back is soft. So you can save it for if you are vertical jigging, you know, like in the rock cracks, in areas that you don't really need to cast. But if you're going to cast out there like I just did in the lagoon, oh look, this is a worm that came from inside the seas now. This I usually don't use. And then this is the part of the meat that is really good. It is the front part of the meat where there is the little, you know, I don't know what that is called, but this meat over here, oh boy, it stays on the hook real good, you know. You can cast this stuff, you can bomb it out there. I'm using a 1/2 ounce tungsten knuckle over here, right? You can bomb this stuff out there, and this meat, believe me, it is not going to fall off the hook, man. You know, you ever had like that real bad rib at a restaurant that it just doesn't fall off the bone? Doesn't matter what you do, this is it. That's exactly what I'm talking about, right? Well, okay, that was a bad analogy because nobody wants to get a rib like that, but for bait, that's a different story, man. You bomb this baby out there, let me tell you, you can bomb this baby out there, this bait is not gonna fall off. And let me show you, I'm gonna do that direction this time. Bomb it, baby. About 10 to 15 right there. Let it sink all the way down and you are ready for it. Pinsta. Wow, what came up here? Oh wow, very, very tiny. Yo, what is this? I wasn't expecting any. Yo, easy now, bro. Easy. Baby colorful rust, juvenile colors. Wow, 15 feet of water. What is this, bro? See, this is the kind of stuff. Actually, I don't know if this is juvenile. Oh man, whatever, you know, I need to take a look at the books for this one over here. It's got some wild colors, some red, some yellow. Look at that. Ooh, baby. The sad news is that I am not entirely sure if that fish is going to survive or not. When I was taking my small size 18 hook out, I feel like I ripped something. But that is not to worry, because I will eventually use this little fella, you know, put it to a good use, right? Use it as cut bait. But look at this, man. This is one of those species that, yes, I have absolutely no clue what it is. It is probably a juvenile of a certain species, right? But for now, I just took photos. I am not really worried about identifying it. I'll identify it when I go back to the hotel. That being said, I am going to kill this fella real quick over here. Maybe put 2 pieces of cut bait, you know, and cast it out there on size 18 hooks, tiny cut bait, right where we were casting, and see if we can catch something else. I have about 20 minutes left of fishing before I have to call it. So who knows, maybe one more lifer is going to show up. I do not like this at all. When you are out here with no internet and the weather starts switching, look at that. You see the skies and the clouds, they're going from left to right. It was like that just moments ago. Now it's kind of like this. When you don't have internet out here and I can't check the weather and I have to track the woods to go back, you know, I don't like this at all. So I think this is going to be my last cast with the cut bait over here, and then I'm going to call it before a massive thunderstorm drops on me while I am unaware out here. Kind of feel a few droplets out here already, you know. That's the thing with Nicaragua. Around this time of the year, according to the locals, you never know when the rain is going to come. Oh yeah, I feel, oh yeah, it's raining. Oh yeah, boy. It is raining 100% now. It's going. Fish. Oh, that's a bigger. Oh, wait a moment. I take a photo of this one because this one has a white on the fin over here. Could be a new species. It's gonna be my last one of the day before the rain comes, man. But this white over here is really bothering me, so that could be new for us. I don't even know how many lifers I caught in this video. I'm gonna double check later. Oh, this right over here. This is it. Just for you folks to have an idea, this is where I came from. This is high tide for you, okay? The water's flowing all the way over here to my feet, where I have my little Acapulco denzel fish, which is another lifer for today. But yeah, high tide over here can get pretty scary, you know. Right over here in front, I don't even dare cast too much. You have to be very, very careful around this area. But anyways, this video, I don't know how many lifers I've caught, okay? There are at least 3 lifers in this video. This is what I can tell you. I'm going to release the Acapulco one over here real quick, but that giveaway for this species that I have read in books previously is that on the inside of the pectoral fin, you have the white right over here, right? Top fin over here, white as well. I could release this guy just here, but I am going to throw him out there. Okay, he came from that direction. Oh yeah, swimming down right now. There are so many things that I'm going to do at the spot, folks. I mean, if you watched episode 1, episode 2, and this is episode 3 right over here, right? This is really just the beginning of this whole Nicaragua thing. In this video, 3 lifers at least. That little Ross, I'm not so sure. The Pacific Creval Jack, I believe Fish Base doesn't recognize it yet, so I'm not going to add as a lifer yet. I know that yesterday I caught 16 lifers, plus the 3 today guaranteed. We're getting in the range of 19, 20, and today is only day 2. Folks, we haven't even gone to the point yet. Folks, we haven't even soaked bait with a bigger rod for bigger bottom species of fish. Folks, we have not yet used the sabiki for smaller species of fish. Folks, we still have to do tide pooling over here, right? I did an initial one on episode 1, but we have to do it better than that, folks. There's a lot of things to be done at this particular fishing spot, okay? And we are already at 19, 20 lifers on day 2. Folks, we still need to go on the boat in Nicaragua, you know, and go after the rooster fish. We're having a little issue with the military police over here. I am not going to talk too much about it on the YouTube video, right, folks? We even haven't fished fresh water or brackish water yet. So yeah, stay tuned. This is going to be a wild this is going to be a wild series. And while all of this happens, I hope that my illness gets a little bit better. But I think that in comparison to episode 1 or 2, you can kind of realize my voice is a little bit better, right? I am coughing much less, so we are on the road for recovery. All right, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna go back and have some lunch, and then after lunch in the afternoon, I think Ben and I, nothing positive, okay, nothing 100% certain, but I think Ben and I are going to hit the river right next to the sea for different snook species. That is also like a high want for me for the Nicaragua trip. So far, I hope you're enjoying this adventure. It is always a pleasure for me to share this with you. If you've been liking the series, hey, don't forget, right? Drop a like, comment below, let your boy Extreme Fillet Fishing get a little bit more into the YouTube algorithm, okay? Every Monday on the channel, life listing videos, all right? Okay, I'll see you all next time, tie lines, and take it easy.